Hi, it's Mrs. Franklin here. I hope you had a chance to watch Mrs. Fernanda's video reading Skippyjon Jones in Mummy Trouble. I have two fun crafts for you related to Skippy's adventures in Egypt. Okay, let's get started. For this project, you're going to need a few supplies. You're going to need some cardboard. I used some cardboard that I got out of the recycling bin from an old granola bar box. I cut all the flaps off, cut the box apart, and this is what I'm going to use for my project. A pencil, scissors, some crayons, some tape, and believe it or not, some toilet paper. So let's get going. Put these off to the side until we need them. For the first part of our project, we're going to do a little drawing. About halfway in the middle of my cardboard, I'm going to do a bit of a U. And I'm going to make that into a nice oval. Not sure if you can see that. From here, I'm going to draw a line straight out to the corner on one side, and I'm going to curve it back underneath. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Straight out to the corner, curve it back underneath. Now we've got Skippyjon's head. We're going to make the eyes, do little half circles or little rainbows, kind of flat rainbows. Then on top, big rainbows. And then the iris. We'll color those in a minute. A nose, triangle pointing down. And a little smile. Skippyjon's usually happy. For the body, here, I'll get you closer on that one. For the body, we're going to come down and we're going to curve down here. And we're going to curve around here all the way to the bottom of the cardboard. We're going to make two legs right here. We're going to come up not quite halfway. And that's kind of important for later. So now we want to color in our Skippy. I pulled out a fruit crayons that I would probably like to use. I'm going to color the head, the body, and the head white. Of course, you can color your Skippy any way you want. You can follow just the way Skippy is. Or you can fill it in and be creative and make your own critter. You don't have to make Skippy. I'm going to color his body. Under his chin. Now the bottom of his legs are black, so I'm going to do that part. So Skippyjon has black legs. When we get up here, we're going to brush them in because he's furry, so we want to make it kind of soft there. And again on this side, darker at the bottom, and then kind of furry inside. Color be nice and dark. I'm going to trace around his chin. Head. Trace his ears, do the inside of his ear, trace this ear, do the inside of the ear, and now we're going to do his eye, his nose, smile, his iris, the top part of his eye. There we go. I'm gonna color in his blue eyes. Skippyjon has blue eyes. I'm gonna give him some blue eyes. A little rainbow of blue. I forgot the iris on that one, didn't I? That's okay, I can go back and fill it in. Make this one a little darker. That's cute. Skippyjon is Siamese cat. And he has some brown that comes out around his nose. Kind of curls up. And he's got some brown that comes up his nose. He also has dark ears. He has darker and bigger ears than the ordinary cat, doesn't he? That's why he thinks he's part Chihuahua. All right. And the insides of his ears. Kind of beigey. Can't see that much on the cardboard, but at certain angles you can see it. A little pink. The insides of his ears. There we go. Now we want to cut this free. We're all set with our crayons. Cutting cardboard is a little bit harder than cutting regular paper. Sometimes getting into those corners is hard. So it's okay to come from the outside and get rid of those extra pieces. It helps your scissors fit inside a little bit better. And when we get to an edge, it's okay to just cut away the rest of it. Makes it easier to get in there in those tight cuts. Right, I'm gonna turn. So in the story, I'm pretty sure Skippyjon visits where? That's right, he goes to Egypt. And what does he meet in Egypt? He meets some cat mummies, huh? Well, when we're done with this part, you'll have an option to make this Skippyjon into a mummy too if you want. I'm going to trace these lines and stop. I'm going to trace this line all the way up and stop. And we're done with our cutting. These can go in recycling. And we're done with our project. So this little flap is pretty important. It's going to do something cool. If you bend it backwards and you bend the toes a little bit forward, so it looks like this, you can stand him up. Adjust the fold, adjust it. There we go. So now I have a standing up Skippyjon. So, I'm going to put Skippy there for a minute. I'm going to go back to that toilet paper. Now, we're going to make Skippyjon into a mummy. We'll take our toilet paper and lay it out flat. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares here. I'm going to fold it in half from bottom to top the long way. Nice fold. Now we're going to do a big cutting. Are you ready for this? This is a really long cutting. I've cut this long before. I'm going to cut it in the middle. I'm going to cut it all the way down. It's okay if we make a few mistakes. I need a lot of paper to wrap up our Skippyjon. All right, here we have it. So, in order to make it nice and thick, I'm going to fold it one more time. Right in the middle, and across. So you can press it down and press it down. There's one, and then we can fold this one. All right, let's start. So we need the tape. I'm going to flip Skippy over. We're going to use the back. I'm going to put a little tape right here. and hold that in place. Now I can flip it over and we can wrap Skippy up. Wrap him up like a mummy. Around. And around. And around. And you can stop if you want. And we can just tape it in the back. You can stop there and just wrap Skippy's body. Or if you want, we can wrap Skippy's head. For this, you only need half the amount. So I'm going to go in the middle, I'm going to pull and break those pieces in half. I'm going to do this one. So we're going to turn them over again. And I'm going to tape this on at a bit of an angle this time. So I'm going to go around his ear. Now on this side, we're going to fold it this way and go around the other ear and come up, and we're going to tape it in back. And there you go. You have Skippyjons all wrapped up like a mummy. So let's get started on the next project. So in the book, Skippy goes to Egypt. In Egypt, cats are revered as very special, almost like gods. So we're going to make our own Egyptian cat. We're going to use a cardboard tube, some markers, and I also have some metallic colored pencils here. If you have anything like that, that's great, and if not, then you can use whatever you have. Markers I feel like work up good on here. They show up really nicely on the cardboard, and they won't smudge. Goes there, and let's get started. So the first part of this is to make this tube into a cat. Very special way of doing that. I'm going to take this side, I'm going to fold in the center very carefully until it gets into the middle. I'm going to fold it on this side until it meets in the middle. Hard to do holding it up in the air. When we do that, careful, I'm going to pinch here, and we make 2 ears. You see the ears? Now we're going to make it into a cat. Here's my marker. I'm going to decide where my center is. My center is here, so on one side, I'm going to do a line that curves up really long. On the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. Goes down and curves up really long. Now I'm going to connect from here to about halfway. Halfway. This was kind of an Egyptian trait to do their makeup where their line went beyond their eyes. So I'm going to do the same thing for ours. Again on this side, curve over and down. So now for the cat's nose, we're going to come down from the eye. We're going to do a line straight down. And a line straight down, across, triangle nose. You can decide if your cat's smiling or if your cat's serious. Now when smiley was serious, it would be 2 straight lines down. The eyes. Where cats have irises that are long and tall, not round like ours. So now's when you can add whatever you want for details. So you can do in little cat whiskers if you want. You can get really creative at this point. All right, I think that's about it for details. You can color your cat as much or as little as you want. I used some of the metallic pencils on here. I colored it all the way around. You can have different faces. This is another cat that I did. And I didn't color the back of this one, just left it plain. So there's two cats. What else could you do with these? You could use markers, you could use colored pencils. Maybe you could use some sequins or some sparkly gems or something on it to decorate it. You can do whatever you want. These are your Egyptian cats to create. Thank you for watching.